Tell us a little bit about the industry you're in and how did you get started in that industry?
Sure. So the industry I'm in, Gene, is the beauty industry. And as you know, all of us cross the path of the beauty industry in some shape, form, or manner. The beauty industry, when you mention that, most people just think about hair care. But it's hair care, it's nails, it's skin care as well. And every profession has to cross that. So if you're a doctor, you need a haircut. If you're a male, if you're female, you need your hair done. But also, I tell people it's a great industry because every person born that's alive or dead, they got to cross the beauty industry. If you're having a funeral services, your loved one, they got to get the hair done. They got to get the nails done. So no matter how you look at it, you got to cross that beauty industry.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, man. You're right. When you die, you're going to be in that casket looking good.
That's right.
Male or female. And I got 4 daughters. And I'm understanding how expensive it is with women. Because it's not just your hair.
It's not
just your nails.
It's not.
It's eyelashes. It's skin care.
Yeah.
It's Botox and this and that.
Yes.
So yeah, I can see how that could be a huge business, man.
Absolutely.
Huge business.
And you said you have 4 daughters. So I have 1. I can only imagine. So that's 4. Man, that's deep. And even with the 1, talking about daughters, my daughter's now, she's getting ready to graduate from high school. And so tomorrow she's going to prom. So, she's getting the nails done tomorrow, she's getting the hair done, all of those things that you mentioned. Now, you mentioned Botox earlier. A lot of females get that. We're not going to get into that, not on my time.
Well, awesome, man. It's on you, brother. Go ahead and bless the table with the break. I know we have some mutual friends in common. Good friend, Michael, and you guys used to work at.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that experience that you had working for that company and maybe some lessons that you've taken away.
Good deal. So, yes, I worked with since 1998. So that's going to be about 24 years. But prior to working with my brother, Ivy, he worked with Michael Murray, who was at Braun before that. So my brother Mike worked together for years with Darryl Brunner. 2 years later, my brother started a hair care company called Vision 2000. And it was a hair care product where they sold relaxer shampoos and conditioners as well. So at the time, I was working at Georgia State University moving furniture. And at the same time, this is also my first year at Clark as well. So my brother asked me for a better opportunity. He said, hey, I got an opportunity for you, a nice proposal for you. This way, if you take it, you won't have to move furniture. You can see things from a different perspective. But not only that, you can cut your own paycheck. You can travel. You can meet people. So, of course, Gene, it sounded all delightful and all great at the same time. But there was one thing that was stopping me. And that one thing, Gene, it was fear. It was fear. They said fear is false evidence appearing real. Well, I can tell you, your perception has a huge impact on your reality. And with that, although I wanted to travel, I wanted to meet new people, I wanted to write my own check, but that fear is something I had never done before. So he had been in the industry for a while, but asking me to do something I've never done, to step in a zone that I've never played in, that fear was in there. So after him asking me to do that, I waited about 6 months before I truly responded and said yes, because I didn't know how to tell him I was scared. I didn't know how to tell him that. Him being an entrepreneur for about 5 years himself and working with Braun, I didn't know how to tell him that. So I finally mustered up the nerve to tell him, hey, I would love to do it, but I don't know how. And I think, Gene, that was probably one of the best things I could have ever said to come out of my mouth. I didn't know how. And once I told him that, then and only then we were able to start this career off in the beauty industry. So I started in '98 as a sales rep. And I got some great training from Michael Murray, who was another mentor as well, and also a mutual friend of yours, and also from Ivy at the same time. So here I am, got my training wheels on, learning, falling, failing, learning, falling, failing, and the process goes on and on and on and on. But at the same time, I don't call failure a failure. And I either say you either win or you learn. And at that time, I was learning. And so every failure, I tried to learn a lesson from it. And I got experiences from it. So with that, each day, each month, each year, I got better and better at my craft. And I remember Michael Murray going into a salon with me in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and I was selling products for the first time. He grabbed the product for me. I knew the products, but the thing was going into a salon to try to sell these products, that combo, products, myself, and the salon with all the beautiful women in there, I didn't know how to put all that together and come out with a great presentation. So as we went in, Gene, we went in with the products and everything. And one thing we used to practice, Gene, was you go in and do your introduction, you do your greeting, you do your presentation, and you do your close. I knew this like the back of my hand. But of course, when you're going in and you're playing around in a fearful place, you lose everything. So I went in, got tongue twisted, I lost my thoughts at the same time. And as I was losing my thoughts talking to the young lady, Michael Mervin swiftly just moved in, as I was stumbling, came in and finished the presentation for me. But here's the lesson. Once we walked out of the salon and got into the car, he said, okay, you did? He said, you did okay. You messed up, but that's okay. Here's what you did wrong. And then he showed me what I did wrong and how to overcome that in the car before we got to the next salon.
Yeah, that's a dope story, man. Speaking of fear, we all have fear of something.
That's right.
And it is fearful and scary to get out there on your own. Whether it's starting your own business or going back to school or getting educated on something.
That's right.
Why do you think fear holds so many people back, man?
I think one of the main reasons fear holds people back, it was something that we were brought up with. I think, now when we're kids, when we're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, it seems like we're fearless. Nothing stops us. But I think we adapt this perception that because of fear, although fear is a natural reaction, it's a natural emotion, we adapt and adopt these emotions, and these emotions are transferred and translated to our brain to saying, you can't do that. So I think it's something that starts small. And speaking of that, Gene, I think the way that I kind of got out of mind over the years, my mom was a Sunday school teacher at a church with my dad as well. And my mom, by her being a Sunday school teacher, she used to give me Easter speeches, Christmas speeches, and I would have to play a character in a Christmas play. So by her giving us these speeches at a very young age, while we were young, were we scared to do these speeches in front of the entire church? Absolutely, but she pushed us until we got better and better and better. So that's where fear really took hold and took place in my life, was in church, because she was pushing me to say speeches and to play a part or a character in front of people that I did not know, and I definitely didn't want to be there, not for that. So I think with her continuing to push me, and my dad continued to push me, it helped develop confidence while going through that process. So I think so many people just adopt that, and they play this over and over and over in their minds over the years as they are aging and getting older, and they don't do anything to undo or to untrain that behavior. They don't do anything. And that's why I tell people personal development is everything.